Hey guys, I kind of messed up. I forgot to have my mic fully plugged in, so when I recorded this episode, it was not recording me at all. So I'm gonna do a post-battle commentary on it. Uh, Ignore the sort of face cam because the audio is not going to match the video, at least not this time. So let's get into it. We're about to go over our team. I chose a team. Well, I built the team with Ogerpon Cornerstone, Moltres, Quaquaval, Darkrai, Iron Treads, and Raging Bolt. I'm trying to when I'm building these teams, I'm more or less trying to keep them as different as I realistically can. I don't want to reuse the same teams over and over and over and over. So I just have fun with building the teams randomly. And then I just do that. Now, for this battle, my biggest concern was that Regice, just because it has a really high special defense. But I've balanced this team out pretty nicely, each one having a pretty good move against Regice, so I wasn't too concerned. So as you can see, I did lead out with the Darkrai, but he led out with Regice, so I decided to switch into Iron Treads, which worked out in my favor, quite honestly. He sent out his Moltres. I decided that I was probably better off switching out into something else. I'm pretty sure I decided on Quaquaval here. No, I did not. I decided on Raging. Figured I'd try to go for some boosted stats. Switches out again. I went into the Quaquaval. I'm pretty sure, I went for the Sword Stance, but then I'm pretty sure I switched out of Rapid Spin and went into Aqua Step. Went for another one just for the KO, and that was how I knew I sort of had this battle relatively in the bag. The Dondozo is also pretty scary, but between the Darkrai, Raging Bolt, and Ogerpon, I really wasn't scared of it. So I went to Darkrai here. Earthquake kind of threw me off. That's not, as far as what I have seen, that's not really a normal Dondozo set. It's the Curse I feared was relatively normal. Protect was normal. But the Earthquake was just a bit confusing. I switched into Raging Bolt. If I remember, I don't remember if this... Yes, it did kill. I did get a crit. Ninetales for Drought. And then I'm pretty sure I tried Thunderclapping. It didn't kill. Raging Bolt went down. But that gave me a free switch back into Moltres. I just went for the Air Slash here. I figured, worst case scenario, it's going to do a lot of damage to anything that he sends in. And they forfeited. So we got a pretty easy battle. And this is just me realizing how low my ELO got from my previous video, because I'm pretty sure the one before this, episode 15, I'm pretty sure I had like 4 losses in a row. Now I'm up against a full Kanto team. This one was a pretty fun team to fight. They didn't have much in terms of really switch-ins for my team. I'm pretty sure I pegged either the Blastoise or the Dragonite as my 2 biggest concerns for this battle. But at this point, we'll just see how it goes. See, I was confused that he didn't actually try to attack the Darkrai right away, as I figured that would have been a smarter choice rather than set up. But I'm glad that he didn't. Then the Clefable into... that just works out in my favor. My Iron Treads got rid of the bulk. I had a feeling he was going to either switch into either the Dugtrio or the Dragonite, and then he switched into the Dugtrio, going for the Ice Spinner because it has the highest chance to KO. I forget what I was even talking about here, honestly. Now, right here, I was saying there's a chance he has Sucker Punch. And if he had Sucker Punch, I lose the Iron Treads. But if he doesn't, I should win. It's the Iron Tread stays alive. But, dang. You know, there's some things you really don't notice until you're doing a post-battle commentary, and one of the things you don't really notice is how long some of these turns take. So he hit me with an Endeavor. That threw me off a little bit, but I still got rid of it. I don't normally see Endeavor on Dugtrio, although considering its normal item choice, it makes sense. He brings in the Blastoise. Pretty sure I switch. No, I went for a Roost. No? Yes. Okay, I just went for an Air Slash. I guess I wasn't concerned with losing the Moltres. Then he switches out, but gets burned at the same time, so that works out in my favor. I'm pretty sure at this point I was determined that I was going to win anyway. I bring in the Ogerpon. I'm pretty sure I went for a knockoff and then an IV Cudgel. The loaded dice, that made me think he had Scale Shot. I kept in. I selected the Ivy Cudgel, and I was just going to pray that nothing actually happened, or at least nothing major happened. That's all I was hoping for at this part of the video. Yeah. Then he went for the scale shot. I got really lucky. And then I just finished that off. And at this point, I was completely certain of my victory. It's like, no matter what he would bring in at this point, I would win. Because Ogerpon could go down, and then I can just switch into Darkrai and then Dark Pulse everything. Went for the knockoff just to get the damage. Then I just switched into Darkrai here because I was pretty certain it wasn't going to do much to me. Choice Specs Dark Pulse just went and finished everything off. He terrored. He didn't faint right away, but I got that flinch. That really helped me out in this battle. And then I just kind of went for the Terra just to boost my damage. Figured, why not? It's not going to hurt anything. Right. At this point, I was wondering what was going on, that he was taking a really long time. In just a second here, I'll be scrolling down, and I'll realize that he had just left the battle. And he forfeited again. So it's at that point I just set up the timer and then I just went and started looking for another battle. Cuz I was just sitting here going, "Okay, is he just not selecting a move? What's going on?" So that's what was going through my head there. I checked that. I'm getting followed by this guy, the Oko Smeargle now. Don't know why. Now, this team was actually a pretty annoying team. I forget how this battle played out, but it's like I just kept switching between the two just to see if the guy would come back for a proper loss or if he was just going to stay gone. And yeah, so he missed his Thunder Wave. That's a nice little bit of hacks going my way. So I won. He never came back, so he brought in Deoxys. I'm just going straight for the Dark Pulse. And that was when I realized I might be in trouble with this battle. I figured that Dragon Pulse would do a decent amount to anything on his team. And I figured he was probably going to go for a ground move, so I switched into the Moltres, which I accurately predicted. I think I just went for Scorching. Pretty sure he brings in Dragapult next. I think I may have lost this battle. I forget. I may have recorded it like an hour ago, but I forget. I brought in Iron Treads and went for the knockoff. I figured knockoff was the safest move to go for, considering it can hit anything decently, or at least any of his remaining, or his 3 types that are weak against it, which it got rid of that Deoxys for me. I was really glad for that. Then I just went to go and knock off the Ceruledge. I went for the knockoff again. I did not Terra. I didn't think it would be necessary. Well, you know what? I'm going to call myself out. It's not that I didn't think it wouldn't be necessary. It's that I just didn't think. So I just went and Terra watered the Quaquaval and Aqua Stepped. I literally lived by single HP. That was when I realized I was going to be outsped. So I just went for, I'm pretty sure this battle I lost. Sent in Raging Bolt to Thunderclap to finish it off. Then I went for the Dragon Pulse, but I'm pretty sure he landed a Drake. Yeah. So that was the end of this episode. Sorry again for forgetting to actually plug in, so you can't see the original commentary. But you know what? This gives me a chance to let you guys know that I plan to have something fun planned for the 21st episode. So I'll see you guys next time. And you know what? Look forward to it. Peace.